Welcome back to my channel. So in the last video, I shared an unboxing of the Continuing Education Planner, first edition hardcover, and in today's video, I'm going to flip through the whole thing so you can get a close-up look at it. So for those of you who are new here or aren't familiar with this planner, it was originally a set of downloadable PDFs that could be purchased as a bundle and then printed off for your personal use. The pages in it are specifically designed for the continuing education requirements and needs of registered dietitians in the United States, like myself. So in 2020, as a brand new dietitian getting acclimated to the field, I really wanted a planner to keep my continuing education units and study materials organized. There are lots of different licensing requirements based on what state you're in, and I had heard a lot of RDs losing track of their units or having to do a bunch right at the end of their cycle because they forgot, or maybe having to go through all their old materials because they got audited. So I really wanted to avoid all that, so I created this system to make my own life easier and thought it could help other dietitians and dietetic technicians who are either new to the field, getting acclimated just like myself, or have been in for a while and just would like a tool like this to help stay organized. So that's kind of the history of the planner. I released it as a set of PDFs in 2021, and now I'm getting ready to release the first hardcover edition. So let's get into it and flip through the very first proof copy I finally got my hands on. So the first couple pages are just the titles and copyright pages. I also included a little blurb here in the beginning as well. It says, "Let this planner be a space you frequently return to where you rediscover inspiration for your life and career aspirations. Find use in the practical components for note-taking and planning your continuing education, as well as in the introspective components to help you reflect, apply what you've learned, and work on your goals." So the next page is the competency spheres that are established by CDR. I set this page up so you can kind of calibrate yourself for the next 5 years and color code like which areas of the field you want to work on during this cycle, what areas you feel confident in, and what you have an interest in but maybe want to pursue at a later time. And then in the next few pages, getting a little more specific with your goals, there are sections for all 5 years of your cycle to write down your yearly goals, and then spaces to write down your current long-term goals and those big dreams and aspirations to kind of keep you on track. It's also fun, I find, to look back and see if your goals have changed. It's helpful to write things down and take a moment to evaluate the changes and consider maybe why that happened. The next page is a CEU tracker. So for CDR, we only need 75 units per 5 years, but I left extra room for those overachievers out there who want to get ahead for the next cycle. Plus, sometimes CEUs are rejected, so it doesn't hurt to have a couple extra. Next is the book tracker page. So reading is something I've been doing a lot more of lately, and again, the tracker kind of incentivizes it. So every time I finish a book, I write down the title and color it in. Next is the cycle overview and yearly overview pages. I mark down key dates like when the next conference is or when my units are due for my state licensure, that sort of thing. So I use the yearly overviews to plan out dates for blog posts, podcast episode schedule, major product launches, and things like that in my business, not just continuing education, but I also like to put CEU activities in my schedule so that way I make time for them. And then next are the learning activity notes pages with some coloring pages kind of interspersed within. The bulk of the planner are these learning activity pages. So these are for the individual activities, and it's set up like Cornell notes. You have a section for writing questions that you have before an activity, questions that come up during or after the activity, a section for taking notes during the activity, and then a section for reflections about it afterward. So I find the reflection piece to be the most helpful for a number of reasons, but it's especially helpful when you need to log your CEUs in CDR, and sometimes I don't log them for a few weeks after doing the activity, so it saves time when you've already done this reflection piece. So here's one of the coloring pages. Most of these are lipids and random vitamins and molecules, and then some more learning activity sheets, some more molecules. We've got niacin and ATP, more learning activity sheets, and then the last coloring sheets is a spread of some more lipids, and then finally some more learning activity sheets. So you have plenty of space for your 5-year cycle with all of these activity sheets. And then after that, there are blank notes pages for random things that come up. And then lastly, a few mind map pages so you can organize information, plan out presentations, blog posts, whatever you might need a mind map for. So that was the continuing education planner. I will keep you posted on when it becomes available, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this first copy. So leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!